hotel room. It's been a long travel day, so I look just crazy, but that's okay. Got a shower. Little wardrobe. Desk. Bed. And it leads right out to a balcony. We just found a gluten-free, dairy-free bakery, and it was delicious. So that was really fun. We each got 2 little treats. So I'll put a little picture in it, but super good, dairy-free, gluten-free. I wanted a croissant, but they only make croissants every other Saturday. So no croissants for us this trip, but we will be back. We are on our way to Trieste. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but we are on like the side of a cliff. There is the road. And we had to pull over because look at how gorgeous. This is the Gulf of Trieste, which is by the Adriatic Sea. Yeah. It's so blue. It's like so emerald blue. It's so cool over here. We've been having pretty fun. We've been having fun in Italy. So we kind of just like pick a town, drive to it, and then see what we can get into in that town. So lots of walking, lots of sightseeing, so gorgeous. Got rained on a little bit while we were walking around this lake. But yeah, super nice out. Love looking at all the buildings. Went into a church. And then we went to go get lunch. It was 4 p.m. because I slept in until 11. We didn't go to bed till 1 a.m. anyways. So our lunch was gonna be at 4 p.m. We got to a restaurant and it was drinks only. Kitchen was closed. But there was gelato across the street, so we had gelato for lunch. So I really don't think there's a problem with that. We could have worse situations. So now Hubs and I are gonna go get a lift in. Say hi, Hubs.
What's going on?
We left the baby with Grandpa, so we're gonna go have some mom and dad time, getting a sweat on, and then we're gonna go to dinner. The spot that we were trying to go to last night that said it was open, but they were actually closed. So just a lot of little pivoting moments and just kind of like learning the culture on like times and whatnot. So, and then tomorrow we're gonna go explore Venice. So super excited about that. It's been getting pushed each day that we've been trying to go. So tomorrow Venice, pray it's in the cards, and we'll see what we get into. But I want to film the workout if it's not too crowded in here because we are on an on-base gym. All right, take a little bit. We are spending the day in Venice. Got the baby strapped because there's a lot of stairs. All right, we are leaving Venice. It is, I think, 3 p.m. We've already hit 10,000 steps for the day, so that's how much you're gonna walk in Venice if you decide to go there. Had the best pizza of my life. Not even the best gluten-free pizza, but the best pizza. My dad, who's from New York, said New York's better. Did you hear that? Dad said New York was better.
I didn't hear that.
I think you're in the bathroom. But anyways, had the best pizza. Little man did good. We wore him in a carrier, which was the best decision. Thanks to Hubs, because you're going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down stairs all day long. So that worked out really well. He took 2 naps on us. So yeah, you can definitely do Venice with the baby. We did a gondola ride, which was super fun. And yeah, just kind of explored, walked around, got some little gifts for family back home. And now we're gonna go to the outlets and see what they got there. We had to move off base because they did not have availability for our whole stay. So we just drove an hour to Treviso to an Airbnb, and it is so nice. We're on the 3rd floor. Oh, there's a bathroom. Someone's in there. Here's 1 bedroom. So nice, little wardrobe. This will be Dad's room. This is the living room kitchen. Cute little kitchen spot. Table. I cannot wait to have some coffee out here tomorrow morning. Look at this. Full view of the town out here, and we're actually gonna go try to get dinner. It's like 10 o'clock at night, but you can see it's like a restaurant right next to us and right below us on the 1st floor of this apartment. But how nice of a stay. Also, look at this. We have a little coffee, an espresso maker, little espressos. And then from our Airbnb, you can see the farmer's market on a Tuesday morning. We found another gluten-free bakery. We got here at 11:30 in the morning and just in time because I got the last croissant, which is what I've been wanting this whole trip. So, I'm gonna eat this. I got a decaf cappuccino. Hubs got a gluten-free pizza. Is it good?
Oh,
Can I bite?
they're straight fire.
You can't tell things are gluten-free here. Like the crust, the bread. It's all normal sizes. Doesn't flake like American gluten-free stuff. And it tastes so good. And then I got a cookie with raspberry filling. I thought it was chocolate. She said it was raspberry, so I figured I'd just take it. So, have another bite. This one more. I don't want the pepperoni. Delightful.
It's one of these. But it's got the.
All right, let's talk all things Italy. So first I want to talk about the plane and that whole situation, and then I'll talk about like what we did each day. And I'm gonna try not to make this all over the place because I just tried to record this and I was jumping all around. So we're gonna try this again. Okay, so the plane. We took our first flight was at 3 p.m. 30-minute flight. We're supposed to have a 3-hour layover in Atlanta and then get on our international flight. Well, there were storms in Atlanta, so we could not get on our first flight, which made our 3-hour layover 20 minutes. So we ran through the airport and then we had just enough time to do a quick diaper change in the stroller and then get on the plane. So way stressful than we anticipated. I was like, we have 3 hours. I'm gonna get a Starbucks. We're gonna get some food. No, that was not the case. But that's okay. That's okay. So we get on our flight. It's 8 p.m. I will say for both flights, Nash did a great job nursing and then falling asleep as soon as takeoff. So he slept both plane rides off the bat. For the international, it was 9.5 hours, and he pretty much slept the whole way. Maybe he was up to like the last hour, 2 hours, but we just got him to play, and my dad came with me, as you saw, so we kind of just went back and forth, letting him, like holding him. So that was totally fine. Let's talk about car seat on the plane. So I read in blogs that there was this one car seat that everyone loved, so I got it. I will link it down below. That way you could kind of see if you want it for yourself, maybe if you have a bigger kid and they're forward facing. But out of the 4 flights we went on, it only fit in one airplane. So we bought it on the first flight to Atlanta. Seat was too tiny, would not fit. So didn't even put him in it, just kind of left the car seat in the seat empty. I think forward facing it would have been fine, but rear facing it didn't have enough room to sit in the correct position. It was too upright. So didn't even bother putting him in it, held him. For the international flight, it fit great. I did hold him most of the time. To sleep, he just preferred it that way. I would put him in the car seat a few times. He would sleep for like maybe an hour or so, stirred, and then I would just nurse him back to sleep in my arms. Now, on the way back, the international flight must have been just slightly smaller rows because the car seat would not fit in the seat. So there's like the little red line where it's like, if rear facing, must be parallel. That line was not parallel at all. So I did try putting him in it, but he was too upright and his head was falling, so I took him out right away. Didn't even entertain that thought. So held him, and on the way back it was a 10.5-hour flight instead of 9.5 hours back to Atlanta. So, and that flight left at 11:15 in the morning. So all day, which Nash didn't sleep great the night before, so he ended up just kind of sleeping most of the time on that flight anyways. But yeah, car seat did not fit on that plane. And then we already planned on gate checking the car seat for our last flight back to Atlanta to our home destination, because I knew when I booked that flight and picked our seats, it was one of the planes where it was 2 seats and 2 seats on each side, and I knew there was no way that seat was gonna fit. So we gate checked it, which I'm so glad we did because that plane was tiny. But no problem gate checking the car seat or the stroller. I did get a new stroller for this trip. I got the Delta Children stroller, which I will link down below. I like that stroller. It was very nice, worked great. It's supposed to collapse to a carry-on size, so you can stow it on the plane as your carry-on. We did not do that because we had a few backpacks, the car seat, and Nash. So we gate checked it, which worked out fine both times. So another thing about the plane, I called in advance and asked for gluten-free meals for my international flights, and I'm so glad I did that because everything I had was pretty good. So I got 2 meals on the way to Venice. I got like a chicken with, what was it, rice and like a mushroom sauce, which I like mushrooms, it was really good. And then for breakfast I had a Udi's bagel with egg and cheese. On the, what did I get? On the way back to the States, I had another chicken and rice dish, and then I had for like dinner, you can say, it was a ham and cheese on bread. So really good, gluten-free, they accommodated, no problem whatsoever. Now, let's see. Starting with our Italy trip. So, I took so many pictures, and I was so bad about recording videos, and I'm so sorry about that. That I didn't get more of what we did, what we saw, but let's talk about it. So, I have our trip here, and I'm probably just going to show you the names because of the towns we went to, because I just don't want to mispronounce them terribly. So the first 2 nights we stayed in Sicily. Love Sicily. So that was about, I want to say maybe an hour from Venice. We stayed at Hotel du Leone. There's that. Can you see it? That's where we stayed. Gorgeous. Love the hotel. We ended up getting 2 rooms. One for Austin, myself, and Ash. And then my dad got a room. Balcony. Very nice. Super comfy. Loved it. AC. So, really nice. We walked around the town. We were there for 2 nights. We would walk around the town. Do I have where we ate? Okay, this is where we ate. Ristorante Boutique Del Gusto. My dad and I got chicken with potatoes, and Austin got fish. He ate a lot of sea bass, so I want to say he got sea bass there, but don't quote me on that. Really good, delightful, no problems ordering gluten-free. They accommodated us just fine. We got gelato pretty much every night that we were in Italy, and it was great. We loved it. My dad loved the stracciatella, and I normally got either chocolate or coconut. So those were my 2 go-tos. And then Austin only got stracciatella or chocolate. So let's see. There's my dinner. Chicken, potatoes, some greens. So yeah, we walked around the town. Just kind of, everything was pretty much closed. We just kind of walked around, looked at the, like, window shopped. Super nice, gorgeous weather pretty much every single day. So love that. There's my gelato. I'm just going to be showing you stuff on my phone, okay? And then, so Seychelles, loved. Let's see. Okay, this was the gluten-free, let's say, Okay, so the gluten-free bakery, the first one we went to was in Pordenone. And, this is where we went. This was the bakery that did gluten-free croissants every other Saturday. And we went on, like when did we leave? I think we went Wednesday, so definitely not on a Saturday. But lovely little pastries, bite-sized, delicious, so good. Couldn't even tell it was gluten-free. And that one was the gluten-free, dairy-free bakery. Okay, now let's see. So we then checked out a, oh my god, we're so close. We then checked out a cathedral in, that's the town. Okay, that's where we went. I loved it. It was so nice. We walked around the cathedral, had a little courtyard, put Nash in the grass, let him get some wiggles out, and then we just kind of walked the streets, went into some stores. We got ice cream there. Dad got like an ice cream cone, and then I got like an icy on a stick. We did that because we had to use the bathroom, so we just bought something to use the bathroom. And that was the first bathroom we went into that was more so a hole in the ground. It was all tiled, so it was very nice, but there wasn't like an actual toilet to sit on. So that was a first experience. Nothing wrong with it, but yeah, so did that. Walked around, had a great time. Back to the gluten-free bakery. That's what we got. See, bite size, super cute, super good, delicious. One night we did go to an American restaurant called, do I have a picture of it? Western House in Aviano. So we went there. My dad was trying to get regular American coffee, so we went there and they gave him an espresso. So yeah, but I got pasta, which was good. Nothing wrong with it. Austin got chicken and my dad got chicken, so nothing crazy. But that's where we went for one night in Aviano. Because after we stayed at Hotel du Lione, we ended up spending 3 nights on base at the base hotel in Aviano. So we stayed there, pussed around base for a little bit, but they only had availability for 3 nights. So then we ended up moving to a different Airbnb to finish out our stay. A castle in Trieste, which was about an hour and a half away from Aviano. So we ended up spending 30 minutes trying to find parking because we did not realize the castle was next to the beach. So parking was a chore, but totally fine. Like I said, we're in Italy, so no worries in the world. So we found parking, ended up walking like, it was 800 meters from our parking spot to the castle. So we just kind of walked the length of the coast. And then we went up to the castle, which we did not bring the stroller because we didn't know what the castle was like, but we definitely could have brought the stroller with us. We ended up just carrying him. But gorgeous castle. This was called Castello de Maramare. That's what it's called. Again, y'all know I can barely speak as it is. So that's where I went. Went and walked around that castle. We were there a couple hours, just walking around the castle, and then, like I said, walking around, walking through the beach. So it was a very nice day for that. We ended up getting cappuccinos on our way back. So I try to have a cappuccino every day. That was my goal. So that was fun. Definitely recommend that castle. Gorgeous, beautiful. Learning about it. Just so much detail and everything. And it was right on the water. The most blue water I've ever seen. And I'm from Florida, so I like to think I've seen some nice water. But anyways, crystal clear. We had a great time doing that. Let's see. Oh, okay. So, did I take a picture of this one? This was my favorite. This was Dad's and I's favorite restaurant we went to. and I don't know the name of it. I will drop the name of it in the description saying my favorite. I'll have to get it from Austin. But we had the best steak I've ever had in my life there. It was so good. We kind of just showed up, asked if they were still taking people, because we tried to go to a different restaurant and it was closed. So we had to pivot and find a new place to eat. But delicious. They love Nash. Nash did break a plate there. But that was, I think, our only one hoopla of the whole trip. But I will definitely drop the name of that restaurant in the description. Okay. Now the next day we went to Lake Barsis. That's the name of it. Okay, it was a little lake town. So we parked, walked around the lake, and then walked up to the town, and then just walked in and out of the town. Just kind of like looked at the houses. There's a cathedral we went into, and then we just circled back down, and that just took a couple hours. So nice out. We stopped at a little shop, like a little outdoor little shop. My dad got a Coke. I got a sparkling water. It was great. Like I said, we just kind of popped into town just to see like what the town looked like, the church, and yeah, so super fun. Let me see. Yeah, so we just walked around the lake. And then what did we get into? There was a swing set. And I felt like I needed to swing. So that was fun. To this town for lunch. Meh. Okay, we went here for lunch. Look how cute the little mopeds are, okay? We went here for lunch, but what we did not know was they shut down for lunch. Kitchen closes. You can only get drinks. So we ended up getting gelato for lunch. That was a learning curve, knowing when restaurants would close during the day for drinks only or close entirely. But that's okay. We got gelato. Delicious. There's our chocolate. There's Dad's stracciatella. Super good. And then after that, I'm pretty sure we went back to, we went and got our workout in, went back to the hotel. We were all pretty much kaput after that. All right, and then the next day, what did we do the next day? Okay, so another dinner we went to. This was dinner that night. We went to La Locanda. They had a good steak, and I got carbonara, gluten-free pasta, which was pretty good. Okay, so that was that. That's my lovely dish of pasta. The next day we went to Venice. That was fun. Definitely recommend carrying your child or wearing your child. There was a few people with strollers, and they just carried the stroller up and down. They would take their child out, and then just carry the stroller up and down. You can see like the stairs. But Nash does not like to go in and out of the stroller. Once he's in the stroller, super happy. So I'm so glad we went with the carrying option. We did the gondola ride, which was very nice. Definitely recommend you do the gondola. We bought some souvenirs in Venice. Lots of walking. I think every day we walked between 14 and 15,000 steps, which was about 7 miles. So bring some nice walking shoes and then dress up your outfits. So super fun. Venice was gorgeous. Like I said, I took lots of pictures. So we're just gonna show you all the pictures that I took. I'm gonna make this video a little longer with showing you the pictures. Stairs. Lots of stairs. We carried Nash. There was a Starbucks in Venice, but we did not go to that Starbucks. We did go to a Starbucks in the outlets because I really just wanted to try Italian Starbucks, but we tried to eat locally every day. Then in Venice, we went to Ristorante De Roberto. Really good pizza. This was where we ate. It wasn't on the water. It was more inland in Venice, if that makes sense. But such good pizza. And then my dad and I split a banana split which had gelato. It had strawberry, vanilla, and then lemon gelato. It was delicious. I later found out it was not gluten-free, but oops, that was my fault. I didn't ask. I just assumed gelato was gluten-free. But yeah, that was really good. Okay, then after Venice, we moved to Treviso, which was my favorite city. So that's where we got our Airbnb. Was the top floor. The bottom floor was the restaurant. Loved it. We ate this club sandwich. I think I had this like 3 or 4 times. Just because, again, several times we went and found a restaurant on Google. They said it was open. We walked 15 minutes there and they were closed. So that happened a lot. So we just knew our trusty, what was this called? It was like Nepo, food, coffee, and wine. Again, I'll list all the places we ate in the description. But we had that club sandwich like 3 or 4 times. So that was great. Treviso was my favorite city. Dad and I, and then Austin joined us the next morning. But we ate at Camellia Bakery. We got yogurt parfaits. Super good. And then we got cappuccino was great there. Austin got a macchiato. I got an iced latte. We both didn't like our own drinks that we ordered, so we switched and liked each other's drinks, so that worked out great. But that was very nice. Look how cute. See? Super cute. This was the little Camellia Bakery. And everywhere we ate outside. The only place we ate indoors was at the Western House. But every time we ate dinner, it was outside. Absolutely gorgeous. Loved it. It was just an experience. There was a little yogurt parfaits. That was my cappuccino the first day. But yeah, we would just walk around the city. We didn't go into any churches in this one. There was a few churches, but we just didn't go in. Walked into the supermarket, got a few things for the Airbnb. Went into some stores. We went into some souvenir stores, some toy stores there, just to kind of see. But yeah, that was gorgeous. We got gelato every night there. They had a gluten-free waffle cone. I didn't get it that night because I did not know of it. But we ate there 3 nights. The view from our Airbnb just to see the whole town. Pretty much by the last day there, we could get to everywhere without the GPS. So that was nice, just kind of like just start learning things. The second gluten-free bakery we went to, it was called Artis, gluten-free. Like you saw previously, we showed up. I got the last gluten-free croissant. Delicious. With my decaf cappuccino. I was worried I wouldn't be able to drink decaf in Italy because I'm nursing. So I try to only have 1 caffeinated beverage a day. Not a problem. They do decaf, which I heard they didn't. That was a lie. So no problem there. So fluffy. I'm not gonna touch on the pizza because y'all seen the pizza Austin ate. We went on a walking trail there. Literally just in a field. It was like a little path. So we did that one day. Just get out, enjoy nature, enjoy the fresh air. Because like I said, every day was so nice there. On our last day there, we went to Brunch All day. I had these protein pancakes, which was gluten-free. That was very good. Cappuccino, delicious. Dad got a bagel, and Austin got bacon and eggs. There was mine. The like icing on top kind of tasted like cream cheese, but way lighter. Delicious. Honestly, I would get that again. Like, look how fluffy, gluten-free. With the fruit. Yeah, and then we just kind of walked around Treviso. We went to the outlets. We went to Vans. I got a hoodie because I love hoodies. And that's where we went to Starbucks because I just wanted to get the collection mugs that said Italy on it for a few people. So yeah, we went to Starbucks, which they had a long line there. But that's okay. Got coffee. Wasn't the best coffee of the whole trip, but that's why we ate locally, because I wanted to experience the local cafes and the local shops. Me and my Starbucks had to be documented. Okay. And then from there we went to Felina, which that was a ghost town. We went there for lunch and everything was closed because we were not thinking about the time. But we looked at this gorgeous cathedral. Look at that. Walked around there. Couldn't get lunch anywhere. So there was a supermarket on the way back home, which was like an hour and a half away back to the Airbnb. And I think Austin got dark chocolate for me. Like the 70% cocoa that you can get anywhere. And then he got pastrami and crackers, and my dad got like these breadsticks. So that was our options. That's what we got. But yeah, this was more pictures of that church. So gorgeous. It was a nice quiet town. Would probably go back when things were open. But yeah, we just walked around town and then we went back to the Airbnb. I put on a lemon dress for our last night. We walked 15 minutes to a restaurant that was closed that said it was open. So we ended up eating our last meal in Italy. Was our club sandwich again from the restaurant that was downstairs from the Airbnb. So that was a little picture journey of our trip. So yeah, be flexible. No things shut down during the afternoons. A lot of stores had some cute little souvenirs we wanted to pop back into on our last day, but they closed from like 12:45 until 5:30, so we didn't make them back into the stores, which was totally okay. But that was our trip. I'll put some things down in the description, like where we ate. But yeah, super fun. I'm so glad we got to go. I know Nash isn't gonna remember it, but we have the memories with him, and I'm just so glad he was so happy for the whole trip. My happy little boy. But yeah, I am back on YouTube, guys. I promise. I know I've said this before. I'm getting a gym membership this week. So fitness content coming. Stuck around this long for the video. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please put them down below. If you've been to Italy, I would love to know what y'all did, what you saw, what your favorite part was. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I promise I'll be back soon, okay? Y'all have a great day.